An ice storm is heading to the mid-Atlantic region after leaving up to a half an inch of ice in parts of the Midwest. It has been a messy start to the week for a third of the country. In Iowa, roads were covered with a thick layer of ice. One driver had to be extracted from his pickup truck after it flipped over. In northern Illinois, sleet covered the ground.
I had good traction till I got off the side of the roads, and then it was really slick. And I actually slid off the side where I was supposed to go. I was going slow enough to stop, of course, but it was really slick.
In Salt Lake City, a plane slid off a frozen runway, and in Massachusetts, firefighters were covered in ice while they were busy battling a blaze. This Arctic-like storm is now headed to the south with a new round of ice and snow bearing down on 15 states from Ohio to Alabama. Meanwhile, the central part of the country is experiencing a significant warm-up with temperatures reaching into the 70s in Kansas City. Forecasters say that clash of cold and warm air might create chances of some tornadoes in Arkansas, Texas, and northern Louisiana.
And we're worried about a little cold weather in the mornings. We've got it easy, don't we? There's that line right there, the snow on the west side and down the south. It's warm, like we just said. Kansas City, 68 today. That's not bad. 75 at Oklahoma City, but when this clashes with this air coming off the Gulf of Mexico, watch out. We'll have severe weather coverage for you, and we'll show you what's going on as we get closer to that. Tehachapi's nice and cold, 32. Wind chill is 22, with the wind out of the north not strong at around 13 miles per hour. 31 in Lebec, 30 at Fraser Park, and we've got 50 in Porterville, and the temperatures continue to drop overnight. We'll have a mix of cloud and clear skies, so for those of you under, crystal clear skies, hitting the freezing point is a possibility, especially in Porterville. Wind speeds are very light here on the valley floor and stronger in Tehachapi and stronger in Mojave and Lancaster, really blowing out of the north as well. So the high today, for a change, was 5 degrees below average, 54. 59 is the average. We'll get closer to this tomorrow and soar well above it into Thursday and Friday. Just you wait. 61 in LA, 56 in San Francisco for highs today. And our rainfall deficit remains about 1.5 inches below, but what is impressive, the tail end of January, we did okay. 0.83 is what we have so far. The average is 1. So that's close enough to say January, especially the tail end, we got rewarded with some rainfall. We do need it. I know Saturday was a lot rainier than we thought, but Sunday sure was nice. So these clouds dissipating as they bang into high pressure, but the cold air is still here. That flow will continue from the north, and our future wind movie shows that to you. Stronger winds in the deserts too, and in the mountains gusting to maybe 20, 30 miles per hour. However, as these winds shift out of the east, that means drier air and milder temperatures coming in, and that will feel nice. By the time we get to Friday, a lot of places will hit 70 degrees. I hope you enjoy that. So the forecast for tomorrow, if you're traveling to the Bay City, 55 Fresno, 45 in Yosemite, 32 for a high at Lake Tahoe. So in the mountains, the cold air is going to hang around for a couple of more days, and then we'll start to warm things up to possibly 60 degrees in some locations. 64 for Santa Barbara, 62 at Pismo Beach, upper 50s for Morro Bay, and a 66 on the way for Ventura. Down south, Los Angeles sure looks good. Temperatures in the mid-60s, warming by the weekend. And then we've got 67 for Palm Springs and a 62 for San Diego. For our area, a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, certainly not as windy as it was Sunday night, right, into this morning. And then we'll have highs still in the mid-50s for the most part, with overnight lows darn close to freezing, between 32 and 35 area-wide. Now, in the mountains, you'll drop below freezing in many spots, right, Glenville and Tehachapi and Fraser Park as well. But highs will rebound into that 50-degree range in many spots, and a little bit above that at Lake Isabella and at Woodford Heights. So, in the desert, still cool for this time of year, upper 50s. And don't forget about the northwest winds at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Air quality is good to great. Please burn cleanly. It's allowed in all counties, and our 7-day forecast gets us closer to the weekend once we get rid of today. And a rainfall chance next Monday that for now looks pretty good at around 50%. And the beginning of February, that first week, could be wet. We'll wait and see. We're a long way off, but it could happen. How about a couple of 70s on Friday and Saturday? Won't that feel good? Yep, Kern River Valley, darn close to that number. Overnight lows warming out of the freezing mark too as we get to midweek. And for our mountain friends, temperatures below freezing for a couple of nights, and then warming up to around 60 degrees by Friday. So it does look good.
Thaw out for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Colin.
You bet.